Hello students, welcome to BioSmart Academy. So in this lecture series of most important topics for CSR NET Life Science from each and every module, today I will going to discuss the most important topics for the module number 4, that is cell signaling, cancer and immunology. Okay, so this is also one of the most important module and you can easily get 12 to 15 marks from this module, right? So apart from this, I already discussed the most important topics on module 1 biochemistry, module 2 cell biology and module 3 mol bio. Okay, so let's start this module important topics. So first is you have to understand signaling molecule, right? So here you should read what? So here you should have the idea about the endocrine, paracrine and autocrine signaling. Okay, so this is the most important thing that you should read here. And apart from this, the question from where you get is the GPCR. So in signaling molecule you should read GPCR. Okay, in any form of the question you will get 4 marks question from the GPCR. Okay, so this is very important from the signaling molecule. Okay, so apart from GPCR, uh, here you also have to read about the rhodopsin. rhodopsin Okay, so here you should also read about the rhodopsin is also very important from examination point of view. You get 2 marks or 4 marks question from rhodopsin as well in the form of Mazda column or in the form of some analytical question, so it is also very important. Okay, so these are the two most important topics from signaling molecule, GPCR and rhodopsin. Okay, so do detailed study of these two topics. Okay, apart from this, if you have the time, then please go through the toxins, cholera toxin, pertussis toxins and so on. Okay, so that's all from the signaling molecule. Now next, enzyme linked receptor, another very important topic from the cell signaling. So what you should read from the enzyme linked receptor? So from enzyme linked receptor, the first and foremost, the most important topic that you should read is RTK pathway. So receptor tyrosine kinases pathways. So what you should read in RTK, and remember students, you will definitely going to get 4 marks question from this RTK. Okay, so from RTK you should read RAS-MAP kinase pathway, IP3 DAC pathway and PI3 kinase pathway. So these are the 3 important things. Okay, and apart from this, you should know the examples of monomeric G protein, RAS, RO, RAB, RAN, ARF, all these along with their functions, because sometimes you may get 2 mark question that what is the function of ARF. So you should know that the function of ARF is vesicular formation, right? So you should know all these things about the RTK pathway. So this is the most important topic from this enzyme linked receptor pathway, right? And apart from this, there is another pathway that you should follow, that is JAK-STAT pathway. Okay, JAK-STAT pathway. So basically JAK-STAT pathway is basically the part of the tyrosine kinase associated receptors. Okay, so this is also very important. You might get 2 marks or 4 marks question from this as well. So in enzyme linked receptors, you should read RTK pathway and JAK-STAT pathway, right? So these are the 2 most important things from the enzyme linked receptors. Okay, now if you get time, then you please go through the NO, nitric oxide. Okay, so now we move to the next topic, that is cell cycle. Okay, now cell cycle is another very important topic. Okay, as you know, every year they ask 4 marks question, 1 or 2 4 marks question from cell cycle. Okay, but nowadays the question from cell cycle is very analytical question they ask. Okay, so here you have to read about cyclin and CDK, right? Cyclin and CDK. So you will definitely going to get 1 4 marks question from cyclin CDK, right? So from cyclin CDK, they either make a question, a combination of question, they merge the question from module 13, module 12 and module 4 2, and they make a question on cyclin CDK. So if you have the clear cut concept about cyclin and CDK, then only can you answer. Okay, so please go thoroughly cyclin and CDK, read thoroughly this cyclin and CDK topic, their regulation, their synthesis and all those things, okay, that are important. And apart from this, in cell cycle you should go for this cell cycle checkpoint. Okay, cell cycle checkpoints. So in cell cycle checkpoints, you should mostly focus on the DNA, basically breakage pathway, right? That is the ATR pathway and ATM pathway. Please do a detailed study on these two, ATM and ATR, because I think that this time you may get question from this. Okay, and apart from this, you should read P53 in details. What is the role of P53, how it attaches to MDM and all those things, and PRB protein in details. Okay, so these are the some important points from the cell cycle point of view. Okay, so and if you read all these things, then you will definitely going to get question from this. Okay, now move to next, apoptosis and cancer. You will definitely going to get 1 4 marks question or 2 4 marks question from this topic as well. So apoptosis is a very demanding topic. They will definitely going to ask you questions, so just focus on this. Okay, so what you should read, you should know about the caspases. Okay, so you should know the apoptotic pathways, mechanism of apoptosis, caspase dependent, that is extrinsic apoptotic pathway, and caspase dependent intrinsic apoptotic pathway, right? So caspase dependent, extrinsic and intrinsic apoptotic pathway. Okay, so you should know about the pathway, apoptotic pathway, right? So this is the first and foremost thing that you should know about the apoptosis. Okay, so this is the only related to apoptosis. And in cancer, so what you should read in cancer? Okay, so in cancer, you should know the basically the molecular basis of cancer, the molecular basis of cancer. Okay, so here basically what you should read, you should go for uh, uh, the pathways that I already mentioned, the P53 pathway, PRB pathway. Okay, the DNA repair mechanism. Okay, tumor suppressor gene, proto-oncogenes, and all those things. So I hope that you will do this. So this is from the apoptosis and cancer. So please here focus majorly on apoptosis, because in cancer they may merge the question with cell cycle. So if you read this cell cycle very well, then you can also able to solve the question on cancer. Okay, but you have to focus on apoptosis more in this part. Now the last part of this module, that is module number 4, is the immunology. So here you will get 2 4 marks question, 2 to 3 4 marks question, and you can easily attempt 2 4 marks question for immunology, because they asked very simple question for immunology. Okay, so what you should read? So here first you should read about TLR. Okay, toll-like receptor. If you go through my playlist page, I teach almost all the topics of immunology. So please go through that, because you will definitely going to get benefited. TLR very important. Okay, that you should know. Apart from this, for 2 marks questions, you should know about the NK cells, about the dendritic cells. Okay, about the dendritic cells. Okay, follicular dendritic cells, about the monocytes, macrophage, granulocytes, all these things you should know. Okay, and apart from this, adjuvant. Okay, so these are important. So another basically major topic that you should read is MHC, major histocompatibility complex. You definitely going to get 1 4 marks from major histocompatibility complex this time. So this is another very important topic. Okay, so so this is another. Okay, and you will going to get one question from immunoglobulin as well. Okay, that I feel, and this will be 2 mark or maybe 4 marks, but you will definitely going to get this time, I feel this. Okay, you should know the difference between the 5 immunoglobulin molecules. Okay, IgG, IgM, IgA, IgD, IgE. Okay, you should know the difference, the molecular weight difference, all these things. Okay, and the immunoglobulin structures you should know. Okay, and apart from this, you should read the cytokines in details. Okay, because sometimes they asked a very simple question in 2 marks on cytokines, right? And cytokines and vaccines. Okay, so these are the some latest topic that you should read now. And apart from this, you should know the complement system. Okay, so these are the some important topics that you should focus on immunology. Okay, so you will definitely going to get 2 4 marks question from this on examination, and you can easily attempt 1 4 mark question. Okay, so students, these are the some important topics that I basically discussed for the module 4, that is cell signaling. cell cycle and immunology. So in a gist, if I want to give you 3 4 marks question, that is 12 to 15 marks question for immunology, then what you that is from the module 4, then as a gist what you should focus, you should focus on the GPCR. Okay, GPCR, RTK pathway, cyclin CDK, cyclin and CDK, CDK, apoptosis, apoptosis, and TLR, TLR, MSC, MSC, and the last one is complement system and cytokines. So if you follow all these topics, so this is a gist, these are the most important. If you follow all these topics and the topics that I discuss, if you follow, then you will definitely going to 15 marks question. You will definitely going to score 15 marks from this module number 4. So I hope this video help you, and if you like this video, please share with your friends so they get also benefited from this video. Please support us. Thank you so much.